I'm going to first briefly review the carry trade. So in topic 2.2, we learned two forms of carry trade. So we are using dollar carry trade case. So when pound interest rate is higher than dollar interest rate, you have to borrow the currency with lower interest rate, $1, and you have to convert and invest that $1 into pound deposit for 1 year. After 1 year, you're gonna get some pound profit and you want to convert that back into dollar at the future unknown exchange rate. So we are doing FX speculations. If you implement that strategy, your excess return from that strategy can be written like this. So what do you have here is what you have to pay after 1 year, $1 borrowing plus interest rate. And what you have here is the dollar amount you're gonna get from investing into pound money market. So $1, you convert that $1 into pound, you put that pound amount into pound money market. After one period, you're gonna get dollar amount, right? If you take expectations, expectation only appear in front of the future unknown exchange rate. So we can interpret this as the expected excess return risk premium, right? So we talked about the first form of carry trade before, and historically we know that you expect to earn positive profit on average by doing carry trade. So that's the first thing you need to know. Review. And second form of carry trade, dollar carry trade. Again, the pound interest rate is higher than dollar interest rate, and you have to buy high interest rate currency forward contract. So you're gonna pay forward price. So let's say forward price is the $1.5 per 1 pound. And you're gonna pay $1.5 to get 1 pound. And you will sell that 1 pound at the future unknown exchange rate. So your profit, dollar profit is going to be 1 pound. And let's say this is $1.7 per pound, future unknown exchange rate. Then you're gonna pay $1.5 and you're gonna sell that 1 pound to get 1.7, right? So the difference is gonna be your profit, dollar profit. Pound will be canceled and you're gonna get dollar profit, right? Now remember, this is unknown things at time t, so future unknown exchange rate. If you take expectation only appear in front of the future unknown exchange rate, right? So we discussed these two forms of dollar carry trade. And historically, it is well known that we expect to earn positive profit from implementing this, right? And then we briefly discussed why these two forms of dollar carry trade are equivalent, right? So this one, we derived this one in the lecture. So this is the brief review of two forms of carry trade. And I want to emphasize that historically, we expect to earn positive profit by doing this one again and again on average. And then we talk about the risk premium. So especially in the second form of the carry trade, we imagine the Mr. Buy is buying high interest rate currency forward, and Miss Sell is the selling high interest rate currency forward. And typically in the lecture, we show that this is zero-sum game. So Mr. Buy earns $1, Miss Sell will lose $1, right? Now, the question is, why both are happy? Why Miss Sell is willing to pay something on average? Why Mr. Buy is expect to earn something on average, right? We talk about the concept of the insurance premium. So Miss Sell is a hedger. She's going to pay this amount on average each period to Mr. Buy. Why? Because when the time is bad, when, for example, CAPM, when the market is going down, the Miss Sell is going to get something from this insurance. We're gonna talk more about this one in the next slide. So Miss Sell is paying something on average and Mr. Buy is getting something on average. Both are happy. Miss Sell is selling insurance to Mr. Buy. Mr. Buy is getting risk premium for this contract. And then to understand why implementing carry trade is profitable on average, want to use CAPM as an example. So we want to use an asset pricing model, CAPM, to think about why we expect to earn positive profit for implementing dollar carry trade. So this is conditional CAPM. We have expected excess return, we have beta, we have market excess return. What is the meaning of conditional? Every expectations, we are using informations available at time t to forecast the future mean, right? So it's a conditional CAPM, conditional on informations. And then the week before the reading week, the lecture before the reading week, we talk about this issue. So again, so two forms of dollar carry trade and expected excess return written like this. I just quickly review this from in topic 2.2 review slide, right? So expected excess return from implementing dollar carry trade or borrowing dollar, converting, investing into pound, give us this form. And this is expected excess return, right? We could interpret as risk premium. Now, plugging this thing into conditional CAPM. So this is conditional CAPM. Excess return is equal to market beta multiplied by market excess return. And from historical evidence, we expect to see positive number here. So this is from historical data. And we should get the positive excess return from investing into stock market. So this is expectation, not realized value. Realized value can be anything, plus or minus, but this is expectations. When you invest into stock market, you expect to earn more than what you can earn from investing into risk-free bond, right? Risk-free bill, T-bill. So this should be positive. So how can we rationalize positive carry trade using conditional CAPM? If this is positive, beta should be positive. So what is the meaning of positive beta in the CAPM? In the CAPM, positive beta means the covariance between this specific asset, EXR, and market excess return is positive, right? So what is the meaning of covariance is positive? When market goes down, the return from this strategy will go down. This is the meaning of riskiness in CAPM. So when the market goes down, if your asset gives you negative returns, you feel investing into that asset is risky. So before investing into that risky asset, you're going to ask some premium. That premium will be realized on average in the long run. That's the idea of risk premium using CAPM model. Again, positive beta means risky. What is the meaning of that? When the market goes down, your asset will give you negative returns. So that's the meaning of riskiness in CAPM. You don't want to hold an asset giving you negative return when the market is going down, right? So you ask premium for that. So we need positive beta to justify, to rationalize why historically the profit from implementing carry trade has been positive. So let's take a look at more precisely the meaning of beta. So when the market goes down, your asset gives you negative return. So if you take a look at EXRT plus 1, more precisely, when the market goes down, if the whole thing goes down, which means this one go down. What is the meaning of exchange rate goes down? So ST plus 1 dollar per pound goes down. The meaning is pound will depreciate. So again, the positive covariance means when the market goes down, your asset gives you negative return. That means when the market goes down, pound will depreciate. That is the meaning of positive beta. When the market goes down, pound will depreciate. Because of that, the excess return from implementing carry trade will be negative. If you have any question, you can stop me and ask questions. So pound tended to depreciate relative dollar. In other words, negative excess return during stock market downturn or negative market return. So this is the conditions we need to justify, to rationalize the positive profit from implementing carry trade. The problem is, in real practice, if you actually test that, you can actually estimate the beta using data. Typically, we found this result. Beta is close to 0. That means CAPM may not be a good model for understanding carry trade. If beta is equal to 0, that means the whole term becomes 0. Right-hand side becomes 0. But historically, we see positive profit on the left-hand side. So positive cannot be equal to 0, right? So something is wrong about CAPM. That's what we learned. And then using second form of carry trade, we talk about how to rationalize the profitability of carry trade. So we are using the just second form. They essentially both are telling us the same thing because those two are same dollar carry trade. Anyway, Mr. Buy's expected dollar profit loss at T+1 per buying 1 pound forward. So pound interest rate is higher than dollar interest rate. Mr. Buy is going to buy high interest rate currency forward, and that is a carry trade. And profit will look like this. I already gave you a numerical example. So if both price is $1.5 per pound, if the expectation is like a $1.7 per pound, then Mr. Buy is going to pay $1.5 to get 1 pound. And Mr. Buy is going to sell that 1 pound at this price, the expected price. So difference is going to be expected profit, right? So this is the expected profit for buying 1 pound forward from implementing carry trade. And we define something called forward market returns. So we divide this term by current exchange rate. And this is the dollar returns. This is also dollar profit, right? Pound will be canceled, and we're going to get dollar profit for this one too. And then we talk about, in the lecture, we talk about the conditional CAPM using forward market return. Now, this equation will be used in one of the practice questions. So forward market return, we derived actually this conditional CAPM using conditional CAPM, the first form we just saw here. And then plug in FMR dollar T+1 times 1 plus pound interest rate. Instead of EXR dollar T+1, we can plug in this one into first form of conditional CAPM here. Then we can derive this one. We can derive conditional CAPM to this form using the previous conditional CAPM form and using this relationship. We derived this one in topic 2.2. Anyway, this is the CAPM form you need to use to solve practice questions here. And then in the lecture, we talk about the last one here. So given conditional CAPM for forward market returns, we can transform this one into this form. What do you have in the left-hand side? This is the Mr. Buy's expected profit, dollar profit per buying 1 pound forward. You see these expressions here. Is equal to 1 pound times current exchange rate times beta of capital F, so forward contract, and market access returns. You can derive this one easily by starting from this one and plugging these definitions inside this. And just rest of that is just a simple manipulations. You don't have to know the derivations. You just need to know if you have this CAPM form, you can use the following, this form. Okay, this is very important. So given this knowledge, given this review, let's talk about practice questions. So practice question number 1. Suppose the spot exchange rate is $1.55 per 1 pound, ST, and beta on the pound forward market returns. So this is beta F we just talked about, right? It's 1.5. Beta F is 1.5. And the expected dollar rate of return on the market portfolio in excess of the dollar risk-free rate. So this is the ET RMT plus 1 minus RFT. This is 7%, right? So given this number, we know spot exchange rate, we know beta of forward contract, we know the market excess return, expected market excess returns. Given these three numbers, we have to answer these two questions. The first questions, what is the expected profit or loss on a forward purchase of the 1 million pound? Explain how this can be an equilibrium. So first of all, let's talk about the first question here. What is the expected profit or loss on a forward purchase of 1 million pound? Now, when you try to solve these kind of questions, it's better to solve forward purchase of 1 pound first, and then just multiply the answer by 1 million. So that's what we are going to do. Always easier to compute expected profit loss on a forward purchase of 1 pound. Once we get that, we're gonna multiply the answer for this one by 1 million. Anyway, let's denote the forward price as this one, something like $1.5 per pound. The numerical example I used before in the review slide. And the expected future spot rate is this one. I use this number there, right? So here we don't have numbers, so this is a symbol, or you can imagine forward price is something like this. Expected futures spot exchange rate is something like this. When you buy 1 pound, you're gonna pay 1 pound. So if you put this numerical value, you're gonna pay $1.5, get 1 pound, and you expect to sell that 1 pound to get this amount of dollar. So 1 pound, $1.7 per 1 pound. Pound will be canceled. You're gonna get $1.7, right? So you expect to pay this dollar amount. Not expect, you pay this dollar amount, and you expect to earn this dollar amount, right? So difference is gonna be your profit in dollar. So this is nothing but the Mr. Buy's profit for buying 1 pound forward, right? So we just have same expressions like this. So you pay F, you expect to earn future exchange rate. So this is the expected profit. What is the expected profit or loss on a forward purchase of 1 million pound given spot exchange rate, beta of F, and market excess return? Remember, last one here. Given CAPM form for market for forward market returns, we can transform this one into this form, right? What do you have in the left-hand side? This is the dollar profit for buying 1 pound forward. That's what we are computing now. Expected dollar profit. It's better to put dollar here. Dollar profit or loss on a forward purchase of 1 pound, which is this form. So we should be able to compute this number given conditional CAPM for forward market return. That's what we are doing here. So given this conditional CAPM for forward market returns, we are able to compute this. So we're gonna use this form. So what is the current exchange rate? It's a $1.55 per pound. What is this one? This is 7%, so 0.07. What is beta F? This is 1.5. So pound will be canceled, right? And multiply 1.55 by 1.5 and 0.07. You're gonna get this one. So what is the meaning of this? when you buy £1 forward, your profit is going to be this dollar amount. So we just compute dollar profit for buying £1 forward. But you are supposed to compute expected profit for buying £1 million. So you just have to multiply this one by 1 million. So you get this number. This is for every £1 forward purchase. You multiply that by 1 million, you get dollar amount. So this is the first answer. And the second one is to explain how this can be an equilibrium. So you can imagine this question asks you to rationalize why Mr. Buy is getting positive profit on average, and why the seller of the forward contract, Miss Sell, is paying something on average, right? This question is actually asking this. Why the buyer of forward contract is getting something on average, and why the seller of the forward contract is paying something on average. Why this can be an equilibrium means that everyone is happy. They don't want to deviate from this one here. The equilibrium means this state is very steady. So there is no one trying to deviate from this equilibrium, right? Why everyone is happy? So Miss Sell, the Mr. Buy first. Mr. Buy buying pound forward. That forward contract has 1.5 beta. 1.5 beta. What is the meaning of this one? When the market goes down, so when market goes down by 1%, the buying pound forward will give you negative, so 1% going down for market going down 1%. 1.5 beta means the return for buying £1 forward will give you negative 1.5%. Right? That's the meaning of positive beta 1.5. When market goes down by 1%, your strategy buying £1 forward will give you negative 1.5%. Because of that, Mr. Buy is going to ask premium. So when the market goes down, this strategy will give you negative returns. So Mr. Buy is asking premium for that risk. Now, Miss Sell, why Miss Sell is happy? Miss Sell is selling insurance, right? Now, this is the Mr. Buy's profit. What is the Miss Sell's profit? From the lecture, the 2.2 lecture, we know that this zero-sum game, the Miss Sell's profit loss will be exactly opposite, right? This is Miss Sell's profit. This is Mr. Buy's profit. So this is the Miss Sell's profit, which is just the multiplying both sides by -1. Multiplying both sides by -1, right? So we have £1 current exchange rate. Instead of beta F, now we have minus beta F, and this one. In a sense, we can interpret this one like this. Miss Sell is getting negative beta asset. So beta F is 1.55, right? So Miss Sell is selling pound forward. So Miss Sell or seller of this forward contract is selling pound forward. This strategy is actually has negative beta. What is the meaning of negative beta? When the market goes down, your asset gives you positive return. So market goes down, your asset or your contract, your strategy give you positive return. This is the very definition of insurance. So when there's a fire in your home, the fire insurance company is going to pay something to you. So when there's a bad thing happen to you, the insurance company is going to give you positive things, right? Just like that, when the market goes down, negative beta means mid-sell is going to get something, right? So in this sense, mid-sell is buying insurance, and on average, every period, mid-sell is paying something to Mr. Buy. But when the market goes down, Mr. Buy will lose to mid-sell. So mid-sell is willing to pay something because mid-sell got an insurance for the bad market. When the market goes down, mid-sell is getting something. But on average, during the normal time, mid-sell is paying something to Mr. Buy. So both are happy. Mr. Buy is getting something during the normal time, but during the market downturn, mid-sell is getting something, insurance. Both are happy. You're paying something, but when the bad thing happens, you're getting something, right? That's the insurance. So both are happy. This could be an equilibrium. If you have any question, you can ask me. This is a very notion of risk premium. Someone is willing to pay risk premium or insurance premium, and someone else is willing to take the risk and getting premium. So the story of the speculator and hedger. Anyway, that's the question 1. Question 2. Kim Deal, a London-based investor, need to invest for 1 year and observe the 1-year pound interest rate and 1-year dollar interest rate. Suppose default-free, the no transaction cost, and 1-year pound interest rate is higher than 1-year dollar interest rate, just as before. This was one of the final exam questions a few years ago. Kim Deal claimed that the currency with a forward discount is expected to appreciate in relative to the currency with the forward premium. Is this true, false, or uncertain? Explain the rationale precisely. You have to dissect the whole argument using UIP and CIP. First of all, the assumption here, default-free deposit, the no transaction cost. Given these assumptions, we can think about CIP and UIP. So what is the CIP? So the previous review slide. So CIP has this relationship, right? And we can transform this one into this form. What is the meaning of this? We have positive number here, it means positive number. In words, higher interest rate currency should have forward discount. That's what you learned before. UIP, we have these equations. You can transform this one into this form. If this is positive, this is positive. What was the interpretations? Higher interest rate currency is expected to depreciate, right? You should know this one from the previous class. So the CIP imply higher interest rate currency should therefore discount. UIP imply higher interest rate currency is expected to depreciate. That's the CIP and UIP. So the currency with a forward discount, if CIP is true, what is the meaning of this? If CIP hold, what is the meaning of this one? This currency with a forward discount has a higher interest rate, right? So this one means the higher interest rate currency is expected to appreciate. Well, this is the opposite of UIP. UIP says higher interest rate currency is expected to depreciate. So let me be more clear. You have to know the meaning of this. The currency with a forward discount, this means if CIP hold, it means this one has a higher interest rate. So we can translate this one into this one. The currency, the higher interest rate currency is expected to appreciate. So opposite of UIP. So you may say this is wrong if CIP and UIP hold. If CIP hold, you can translate this one into this form. If UIP hold, you should see depreciate. So if both the CIP, UIP hold, then this statement is wrong. Are you going to say this statement is false? However, UIP doesn't hold, and what we learn in the carry trade, the following things. What is the sufficient conditions for profitable carry trade? This was the sufficient conditions, which means higher interest rate currency pound is expected to appreciate. So this is the violation of UIP. The UIP says higher interest rate currency is expected to depreciate. But the condition for profitable carry trade, the opposite thing. Higher interest rate currency is expected to appreciate. Then carry trade is profitable. Now, from the historical evidence, we know that UIP is not true and implementing carry trade is profitable. Therefore, this could be correct if UIP doesn't hold and if implementing carry trade is profitable. Okay, so Kim Deal's claim can be true or can be false. Can be true if UIP and CIP hold. Can be false. Sorry, the Kim Deal's claim can be false if UIP and CIP hold. However, this claim can be true based on the historical profitability of carry trade. So the perfect answer for this one is the uncertain. Given, so it's a summary. You need to discuss when this statement can be true, when this statement can be incorrect. Okay. Is this clear to you? And question B, Kim Deal expect to make decent profit with the dollar carry trade strategy. From historical evidence, define the carry trade strategy based on these informations. So pound interest rate is higher than dollar interest rate. So you have to borrow dollar, convert, invest into pound. After 1 year, convert pound back into dollar, right? That's the carry trade strategy. And evaluate carefully the argument that the CAPM could explain the expected profit from the carry trade as a risk premium. So we have to define carry trade strategy and we have to rationalize why getting positive profit from implementing it can be justified based on CAPM. So that's what we discussed in the review slide, right? So even pound interest rate is higher than dollar interest rate, we can write down excess return, expected excess return from implementing dollar carry trade strategy in this way. So this is what you have to pay. This is what you're gonna get. Future is uncertain because of the future unknown exchange rate. And we're gonna use conditional CAPM to justify why we are expect to earn positive profit, right? So again, what was the rationales? So given this number is positive, historically this number is positive, beta of dollar carry should be positive. The rationale is when the market goes down, pound tended to depreciate, the return from implementing dollar carry trade tended to be negative, the positive beta. Because of that, the investor implementing dollar carry trade will ask a premium, right? So that's just the same thing. So positive beta indicate positive covariance between excess return from implementing dollar carry trade and market excess return. In other words, when market goes down, USD gives you negative returns. So negative excess return means pound tended to depreciate. So in some, Kim Deal think the dollar carry trade strategy is risky since she could lose when the market goes down, just meaning of positive beta. So Kim will ask a premium on average before implementing carry trade, right? So just same as before. The best answer should also discuss the case of these historical things. If you actually estimate beta of carry trade, it's close to 0. As you can see, I'm asking similar question in the final exam. So I solved the first question, the practice questions in the revision class. And then I gave the second question in the final exam. So except for this question A looks a bit difficult because you have to combine CIP and UIP and think about the profitability of carry trade. So, but I think at least you can get the half point of this one. And the next one is actually almost same as the key point for lecture, for topic 2.3. So this is kind of question you expect in this year's exam too. I'm not asking any weird things in the exam. Anyway, so question 3. I'm not gonna ask this kind of question in the exam, but this question is kind of important because it related to the topic 4 and topic 5 we're gonna learn in the future. I just wanted to give you a numerical example before talking about that here. And this is the extensions of what we learned, FX speculations, and think about what would be the what is kind of the investing in the international stock market. You are investing into you are doing FX speculation plus the stock market speculations. This example gives you some insight about international investment. Anyway, let's take a look at this one. Kim Deal, portfolio manager for AM Best hedge fund, consider borrowing $1 and investing $1 to a UK stock. So this is not anymore about borrowing $1 and investing into risk-free asset. Now Kim Deal is going to invest $1 into stock, uncertain asset. The stock will give you the uncertain return in the future. And this number is given. 1 year dollar interest rate is 8% per annum, and spot exchange rate is this one. For £1, you have to pay $1.6. Suppose 1 year dollar deposit is default-free. Deposit interest rate is same as the loan interest rate. So transaction costs are equal to 0. So this just means that AMB's research team has a good forecasting model for stock return and spot exchange rate. Previously, we just have the first one because we are talking about FX speculations. You have some forecast about future exchange rate. Based on your forecast, you're going to bet on buying pound or selling pound, right? Now you have another forecasting on the future expected return from investing into UK stock. So you have two forecasting for the future. And then finally, these are technical assumptions, expectations of future exchange rate times future return from stock is equal to expectation of one thing times expectation of another things. So this is not usually true. What you have here is something like this. This is not usually true. But here we just assume these are true for simplicity. Let's follow this one step by step. Step 1, you're gonna borrow $1 at 8%. And then because you are investing into the UK stock market, you have to convert $1 into pound. So you're gonna sell dollar. Which exchange rate you're gonna use? USD GBP. Then dollar will be canceled and you're gonna get pound amount. What is the USD GBP? So in the question, you have GBP USD. What is the USD GBP? Just reciprocal. So the 1 divided by GBP USD. So $1 times $1.6 per pound, dollar will be canceled and you're gonna get 0.625 pound. So today at time T, convert $1 into pound and you're gonna buy this UK stock. And after 1 year, what you need to do is you have to sell your stock. And this is the holding period return from buying stock at time T and sell that thing at T plus 1. So 0.625 pound initial investment times 1 plus the return from buying and selling UK stock, that is going to be the pound amount you're going to get. The problem is you don't know what this number is. This is uncertain. So we have another uncertainty here. And then you're going to sell this uncertain amount, pound amount, at future unknown exchange rate. So your profit or loss will look like this. Initial investment times 1 plus return from buying and selling UK stock plus times you're converting whole pound amount back into dollar at future unknown exchange rate. So two uncertainty. Up to this point, we didn't invest into future the unknown stock market. We fixed this one as a risk-free rate, right? That's what we have been doing. In the carry trade, this was just the risk-free interest rate. So there's nothing uncertain about that. Here, we are investing into stock market, so we have two uncertainty, right? And then once we get the dollar amount, we're gonna pay back 1.08, the initial borrowing plus interest rate, right? So basically, you can think about this example for any kind of investment. You're borrowing. If you think about investing in the domestic market, then you can just skip this converting dollar into pound and converting pound back into dollars. If this is domestic investment, you can just erase exchange rate, right? If this is just the domestic stock market investment, then there's no change in exchange rate, there's no convergence, and you can think about this example as a domestic stock market investment. Here, we are combining the international stock market investment. We're thinking about strategy, doing the two things at the same time. You are buying foreign currency, and you are also buying foreign stock. Two uncertain future returns. So at the end, net dollar proceed at T plus 1 will look like this. If you take conditional expectations here, conditional expectation only appear in front of the uncertain things. Everything else is just number. So the conditional expectation will appear here. The whole thing. Because of technical assumption we impose, expectation of xy is equal to expectation of x times expectation of y. That's what we have here. Given two forecasting models, we can plug in these two number. And get this answer. I want you to think about this example again when you learn topic 4 and topic 5. When you invest into international stock market, you are investing into actually both foreign currency and foreign stock. We have two kind of uncertainty. So when you invest into international stock market, you have to think about the forecasting of two uncertain things: stock market movement and FX speculations. In carry trade, we're just focusing on these FX speculations, but you can do more than that.